has swiftly become one of Oregon's most well-known wineries. At only $20 a bottle, this Pinot really does embody A to Z's motto, aristocratic wines at democratic prices. Next, we have the 2008 Domaine Drouhin Willamette Valley Pinot Noir. The Willamette Valley is the heart of Great Oregon Pinot Noir production, but the winemaker here, Veronique Drouhin, is the current matriarch of a distinguished winemaking family in Burgundy. This family's original cellars were built in the 13th century AD. A young winery that's the dream of two young people. Bodecker Cellars was founded in 2003 by winemakers Stuart Bodecker and Athena Pappas. It's no surprise that acclaim has come swiftly to this talented duo, given how delicious the 2008 Pinot Noir drinks. Fourth, we have the 2008 Scott Paul Audrey Pinot Noir. The wine business draws lots of people from all sorts of backgrounds, but few as unusual as owner Scott Wright. Before becoming a winemaker, Scott was one of the most popular radio personalities in America under the name Shadow Steel. He named this elegant, graceful red for another star, the legendary Audrey Hepburn. Our fifth wine is the 2008 Benton Lane Estate Pinot Noir. Like all of the wines on this episode, it comes from the great 2008 vintage, one of the best vintages in Oregon in the past 10 years. It must have been an immensely satisfying harvest for owners Carol and Steve Gerard. They founded Benton Lane exactly 20 years earlier, back in 1988. The sixth and last wine is the 2008 Adelsheim Willamette Valley Pinot Noir. This wine comes from one of the very first wineries to focus on Pinot Noir in Oregon. David Adelsheim was only 28 when he founded this winery back in '71. Now he's become somewhat of a father figure of Pinot Noir here. Taste this wine and it's as if you can taste history in a glass. All of our wines were selected by an independent panel of wine experts. These are the top 6 from an original group of 20. I'm here with our revved up studio audience who just completed their blind taste test of our 6 wines. Let's take a look.
Has anybody ever been to the Willamette Valley? It's a stunningly gorgeous place. And what's fascinating is you go to Portland and you start driving out of Portland and you're kind of driving through the suburbs of Portland and then suddenly you're in this extraordinarily beautiful area of rolling hills and vineyards. And those vineyards happen to be fantastic for Pinot Noir. They didn't really learn this until probably kind of the late 60s, early 70s. So it's a fairly young wine growing region, but it's kind of come online as being one of the best Pinot Noir producing regions in the country, really. One of the best in the world.
Right, the parallel, right?
Yeah, it's right. It's right on a parallel with Burgundy, basically, which is, Burgundy, they pretty good with the Pinot Noir there. Not bad. And Willamette Valley, same kind of climate. So you've got a cooler climate in California, so you've got wines with a little bit more spice, a little bit more restraint, less overt fruit. And I think, kind of an aromatic complexity that really recalls some of Burgundy and some of California at the same time. They are their own wines. It is Willamette, but at the same time, they call them those other regions.
Ray has asked our audience to pick their favorite wine. Let's see how they feel about their task. Have you chosen your favorite? Oh, at least they know what they like. Now let's head upstairs to our tasting room, where Stanley Tucci, Ray, and our guests are knee-deep in wine bottles and good conversation. Shall we?
Okay, so it's time to try the first wine. You'll see that the wines are color-coded on their base. The blue wines have a blue ribbon. That's just so they don't get mixed up on the coasters.
Okay, thank you.
The main thing is, remember, don't try and guess which one's the most expensive or try and figure out, who made which one. Just think about
this one's the most expensive.
There you go. I knew he was going to get that. That's rough. Make sure that you smell the wines, because the fragrance, Pinot Noir is as much about fragrance as it is about taste. And I think, especially as these things open up in the glass, they're going to get really beautiful. Should be really cool. And I'm going to go off and get the second wine ready and leave it to Stanley to take over.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Here's to the most expensive wine. Whichever that one may be. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
It's definitely red, this wine.
Very good, Joe. You're so happy you're on the show.
Yep,
you know so much.
For that expertise.
It's very smooth. I noticed there's no kick after it's gone down. Some wines, there's like a little aftertaste or an afterburn or
bitter.
some kind. Yes.
Yes.
And it's got a fruity quality to it, and it's light.
I think
Steve?
so too.
I don't like it. No, actually, I'm
don't have to like
I'm not feeling it.
Yeah, I'm not either. I'll be honest with you.
It's a little juicy.
I find it flat. I find it at the end.